Hey guys, over the past year I'm sure you've heard me talk about my girlfriend Adrian. She's just about the best woman a gamer guy could have. She tolerates my obsessiveness and sometimes she even plays right along with me. And not only that though, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's funny, and she's just about the best thing that ever happened to me. So I've been thinking, the only better thing than the perfect girlfriend is having the perfect wife. So Adrian, will you marry me?
Say yes.
Well, this is awkward.
What do we do now?
I have no idea.
Well, hopefully that wasn't too nerdy that she kind of walked out on you.
Oh, dude, I don't know. She's pretty nerdy.
Yeah?
She loves that show So You Think You Can Dance, and she, like, knits at stoplights.
Dude, you know that camera's still on, right?
Oh, no.
Hello and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, July 17th, and this is episode 50 of NooBTooB, our 1-year anniversary.
Hell yeah.
We're a weekly independent podcast where we couldn't really figure out anything to do, so Tobin proposed.
Well, it's either that or videotape ourselves getting arrested trying to sneak into E3. What the fuck, guys? Where's our invitation?
Yeah, man, I don't think independent game podcasters are welcome.
Fuckers.
Anyhow, I am Yuzo Watanabe, and I am happy.
Dude. That was annoying enough when Reggie did it. I'm Tobin Kazire. What a kick-ass year it's been! This week we're talking about E3 and only E3. All the highlights and the lows, and the cubic fuck-ton of games that are headed our way this fall.
Hell yeah. We'll be going over big news from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and give you guys some clips of the best games that are coming out, as well as give our opinions on what's going to be awesome.
And what's gonna suck ass? I'm looking at you, Lost Odyssey. Fuck random battles.
Anyhow, we got a ton of voicemails from you guys, but we're going to save them all for an episode recording later this week, so you guys get 2 doses of NooBTooB this week.
Word.
So this is going to be a full episode, but for now, let's get started with E3 Madness. Woo!
E3! Woo! Yeah, so over our summer hiatus,
yes.
the box of wine went sour.
It basically has about a month half-life, or I got a 2-week half-life.
We've found the half-life, and that is vinegar. So we're drinking a beer.
Yeah, pale ale, Sierra Nevada, pretty standard stuff.
We'll be back with real wine next week.
Hell yeah. Well, real box wine.
Real box wine.
So let's get started. I think we're going to start out with Nintendo first of all, because I think they were probably the most lackluster of them. But we'd like to generally start out with our impressions of each conference and then go over all the big games. Yeah. So what did you think?
I thought Nintendo was very full of themselves.
You think?
I mean, like...
What, the 30 minutes in the beginning of crowing their amazing business prowess didn't give you the...
But on the other hand, everyone said that they were dead, right? Like,
years ago, yeah.
No, I'm saying recently. Like, people were just like, the Wii was, like...
Oh, right, yeah, last E3. Last E3, everybody was going doom and gloom.
Yeah,
it was
they're
hilarious.
like, why'd they change the name? The Wii is stupid, no one's going to buy it, whatever. And then this year, it just rocketed. It's like the best-selling console out there.
Nintendo stock doubled in the past 8 months.
So they're doing really well, but I mean, the whole thing was just like, I have an enormous penis, and you may all gaze upon it in awe.
Well, Reggie is a big man, so I can definitely, I don't want to imagine, but I'm just saying, he probably
is well endowed.
But as far as like everything, I mean, like,
too much time.
I got the point, after about 5 minutes of all his graphs of how everybody in the world is playing it, old people, women, non-gamers, everything,
dead people,
like dead people.
Are even
skeletons were playing. They had pictures. It was awesome. And
I did dig. I did dig that they would have like these 5-minute movies of how awesome Nintendo was over and over. Like there was like
did they
6
use the
of them.
same ones? That's the thing. I couldn't tell because they were getting all those YouTube videos of like fan-made videos, which are cool
to a point.
But they kind of overdid it and a little crazy, and they had all those headlines. And I know they used a few of them at the same time, saying like Nintendo rules. Everybody was just like, it was just too much.
It was too much.
It was way too much,
especially considering how small their lineup was, right? Like, compared to Microsoft and Sony, who had like 1 billion games. I mean, Nintendo. We're going to run through this list, but it was just a handful of stuff, and some of it's not even this year.
I know. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like they're almost bigging themselves up, saying, "Oh, look, we did all this stuff. We are unstoppable."
Yeah.
Guess what? We don't even have to show you any
coast.
You guys are going to buy it anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I felt a little perturbed.
They can't keep Wii's on the shelves. I mean, they're kind of coasting right now.
They have a point. So, but I think that's kind of my main problem with it. I think Reggie's a decent speaker, but he gets kind of annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
There's that. Just in general, Miyamoto came out. We'll talk about some of his things. And he's awesome. He's always funny.
I would disagree. I would say that listening to Reggie is like being shat on by 1,000 donkeys. Like, it is just
1,000
at least. I just sit there. I'm just like, every second that he's talking just like curls my soul.
What is it about him? Is it just his speaking?
He's like made of plastic. He's like, "Hello, I am Reggie." And he's got this big shit-eating grin on his face.
Dude, but there's people out there that love him. They have like wear T-shirts like "Reggie, take my name."
Wow.
So he has kind of a cult.
Well,
it's weird, but yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where you're going from. But
so what do they got?
What do they got, man? So they start out with, I think you got it. So what do they come out with first?
So they got the Wii Zapper, which is
a piece of plastic.
A piece of plastic that you snap in your Wiimote on the top and then your nunchuck on the back.
So is there any electronic components?
None
within
at
this?
all.
Anything move?
Nothing.
I think maybe the button. There's a button on it that pushes the other button.
Yeah.
Because there's the trigger on the Wiimote. You slot that in, but there's a trigger on the plastic. So maybe there's mechanical. Maybe.
Yeah.
But there's no batteries.
But they did price it accordingly.
$20 for a piece of plastic?
Well.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like if you go to Fry's or whatever and you get the 3-pack of the tennis racket, the driving wheel, it's like $8. I mean, come on. But still, there is the fact that I think it comes with a game.
Yeah, I think they said that it comes with Resident Evil, didn't they say?
No, I think it comes with its own little like shooting game. I
like
think so. For $20, I'll give it that. But if it was by itself, that's a little much.
So it's a little plastic thing you snap your shit into and you play some shooting games, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, there's no innovation to it.
No, it's nothing new, but I do. They showed video. Cool. Well, they showed videos of people playing it. They were playing. Was it Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles? Yeah. And you saw the girl like going wah, 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 and then she'd go like.
Yes, there's gestures.
And that's cool.
There's gestures.
That's really cool.
He said in the interview, he said there's 8 gestures for the gun.
Oh, maybe like they're attacking you, like shake it this way and then reload,
and just do something.
Well, I like the fact that when you put the nunchuck on the side, you still have the thumbstick, so you can actually move. So my understanding in Resident Evil is you're playing it; it's a rail shooter, just like Time Crisis. So you're moving on rails, you're doing all that.
Oh, so you could duck with that?
No, what you do is you look. So, Time Crisis, it tells you where you're pointing, but this one you can look to the left, look to the right, and shoot. They're probably going to have like ammo boxes on the side, do little things like that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So that's all right. And there's a new Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles.
It looks pretty good.
Apparently designed kind of around this
zapper. I mean, I'm kind of hoping for more stuff, though. I want more on-rail shooters. I want more stuff like Point Blank.
Yeah.
Do you ever play that?
You
play on DS?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to see a Time Crisis, although I don't think that will
Those cop trainer ones in the arcade are good.
Yeah, that's
Those
true.
are really good.
So I want to see more stuff. Umbrella Chronicles will be good, but I don't know if I'll buy it just for that.
Yeah, I need a couple shooters before I buy it, I think.
Exactly. So, but
if it comes with a game, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give it that. So it looks good. Looks interesting. We'll
what else?
Check it out. We got Super Smash Bros. Brawl. As you guys know, we are not Super Smash Bros. Fans.
And this was announced at the last E3.
Yeah, I know, but they did give you a date. So it's now December 7th, I believe, early December sometime. Yeah. And it's going to have a whole bunch of new characters. Everybody's like, oh, they're just drooling over the fact of new released characters. I'm not sure why. Like, what's the appeal is? It's not like a new track for Guitar Hero.
No.
But people treat it that way, and I don't...
It's another genre of games that you and I just don't understand. Yeah. Like Super Smash Brothers, people either just shit their pants over it or they don't really care.
I think if you played it in college and you had a bunch of people over all the time and you're doing it, then you can get into it. But I only played it alone, so I
did
never
play it
got
in college. Like my people on my floor were obsessed with it, and I'd go over and they're like, "We're playing Smash Brothers," and I'd go in and play for a little bit. I'm like, "Do you guys want to go play Counter-Strike or something?
Yeah, you want to go play
like
pool?
A fun game?"
Yeah, so it just didn't.
Do you guys want to go drink and shoot each other?
So that didn't really. So I think, but a lot of people are excited about it. So whatever, it's coming out in December. A lot of people. I'll probably rent it just to try it. See if they did anything new. You get Giga Bowser, I think now.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just could not give a shit.
Next game.
Legend of Zelda: Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, yes!
Awesome.
Yes! Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes, they actually showed a lot of gameplay on this. You're moving around the DS. You actually move with the remote.
So would you use the control stick at all for a movement?
I couldn't
or is
tell.
It something else?
I couldn't tell. It looked like you actually just only move with the screen.
It's like I think it was kind of like the further you away, the faster that you would run in that direction or something like that.
And you can touch on boxes to open them.
And you would stroke to slash. And I really like the puzzle element. So there's this whole thing where you have the boomerang.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, start the boomerang, and then tap, 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 and the boomerang draws the path, and that's going to be cool.
It's very cool.
Very cool.
And you and I played the multiplayer stuff on it. It was all right.
It was all right. I wouldn't buy it for that. No. I'm totally going to be a single player, but it's going to be an amazing game. It's already out in Japan.
It was a launch game. They said that was a launch game, didn't they?
No, it just came out in Japan like a month ago or a couple weeks ago.
I thought one of the big Nintendo games had been out since launch in Japan.
Oh, I'm not sure which one that is.
I forget it was.
But anyhow, The Legend of Zelda it's been out. I think Diego on the forums, he posted a Ustream of him playing it. I haven't got to check it out. But it's the Japanese version, right? But everybody's loving it. Apparently, I think the big game magazine there gave it like a perfect 10 or 9.5 or some crazy high score. Like very few games get it. So
awesome.
It's gonna be amazing.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
What do you think about the art style? Because it's very Wind Waker.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Wind Waker. I liked the style.
Okay.
I'm getting a little
Sold
tired of cell stuff, but it's still. The thing is you got to go with that on Nintendo's hardware. You got it because it just can't do anything better.
Well, you know what's weird? I haven't seen that many cell shaded style games on the DS. You know what I mean? There aren't that many.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They've been kind of kicking them a lot on the PS2. Because the PS2 is getting near the end of its lifestyle, or it's past the end.
Yeah, it's very, very close. But yeah, so I think
you're right. I guess you're right. There haven't been that many, but there should be more. I haven't seen that many.
There should be a lot more because I think it definitely adds a good look to it. But we are super excited. It's going to be out soon.
Yes. Next.
Oh, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. So you are not. This is a snore game, or you're like, meh.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is I think that maybe the control elements will change it for me because I played Metroid Prime on the GameCube.
Yeah.
But if I can.
You think you'll like it a little more?
I think I'll like it more.
The graphics look pretty good. So I do like the art style of it, because they have the whole thing where you see the inside of your visor.
Yeah.
Except when you go into like ball mode or whatever, and then you're going around, you're shooting things.
Yeah.
I heard they're making the gameplay different, though. It's going to be like very mission-based, as opposed to kind of like explore, which I thought was kind of the whole point of Metroid.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole corruption aspect. I don't know if you read about that. So my understanding is like you have some sort of special power or something like that. If you use it too much, you get corrupted and it turns evil.
That
so there's
could be
some
annoying.
weird.
You're trying to like run this knife's edge of not using your power too much.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that, but it's going to be one of the biggest games on Wii. So I'm not excited about much on Wii this year.
I gotta say, Resident Evil 4 gave me hope for the Wii graphics too. Like it was the first thing that I've seen that really pushed it. Where you play Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, and it's just like, wow, this box is not just a GameCube.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not anything special, but it can pull it out when it needs to.
I think the point would be like it can make the graphics good enough so you ignore them after a while.
So you don't see them
because it'll be all about gameplay, and I'm excited. See, one more game we have is oh god,
Mario Kart on the Wii.
Oh man,
yes!
They ended that with that, right? It was pretty amazing.
Fucking Mario Kart is the best game franchise. They've just not made a bad one.
Did you like the screenshots? Because it looked a little kind of like GameCube-y to me. Nothing fancy. You know
it wasn't anything fancy, but I mean, it doesn't need to be. Like Mario Kart is just.
That's true.
It was obviously shinier than the previous ones. It looks a little bit better, but I mean, the Mario Kart on the DS was just untouchably good. The one on the one on GameCube was amazing.
Double Dash or the one before that?
Double Dash.
Double Dash. Yeah. I think this one will be good because of the fact that they're actually going to really take advantage of the Wii. The online features.
And online multiplayer.
So that will be crucial. You have to have that.
I mean, of all the stupid things to hold back, he's like, how many people multiplayer? Wait and see. It's just, come on. Like, why keep that secret?
It better be at least 8. Because 4 for the DS, 8. It better be at least 8. Yeah. 16 would be awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know if that can handle that.
Probably not.
I mean, it's got to be about 8 players for multiplayer.
But here's the thing, right? So they're going to actually come out with another peripheral for Mario Kart, which is the steering wheel. Are you going to get that? Because it comes with it, I believe. I mean, are you going to use it, rather?
I have no idea. That seems weird.
Because it's kind of tiny. One thing I noticed was a little small.
It was made for kid hands, for sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's not going to be one of those big rigs. So I'm a little worried about... I mean, they have to make the control work right, because you do realize if you don't use the wheel, you're going to be using the joystick by itself.
Just holding it, I know.
And I played Excite Truck, and I don't know if I was sold on it.
I wasn't. I definitely wasn't. I mean, like, I would much prefer steering the old way.
With an analog knob, but there is no analog.
I know.
So I'm a little worried, slightly worried. But I think they'll figure it out. They're going to make it so it's fun. They're not going to make a shitty Mario Kart.
The problem is we're used to playing these driving games in arcades. Yeah. So when you start playing at home and you're just holding the Wiimote, you're like, where's the feedback? Like, where's the, it needs to, I want like a wheel that like shakes and like pulls.
Well, maybe you can play with it and I would hang on to it. I'd be kind of like forcing it the other way.
It's like I crash, you're like, ah!
Yuzo force feedback. That'd be awesome.
And any times you guys want to play the game, just call Yuzo. He'll come to your house.
Hold on, wait.
He'll come over to your house and give you force feedback. And I'll go, when you drive into a wall, I'm going to smack your face.
That would be awesome.
Drive through rain, I piss on your head.
What do you do about shells? You throw like a rock at them.
Ashtray.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, that looks good, but we definitely have reservation about the control scheme.
Yes, I'm a little worried.
We'll see.
And if you're gonna do that, why don't you do something with pedals?
Yeah.
Because can you imagine? I don't know. How would you do it? I guess you have to make a separate thing where you would actually push things, and it would be wireless. So maybe that would be a little tough. I don't know. But Mario
the
Kart
last announcement was really interesting.
People have had a lot of mixed reactions to this, but I have to. Yeah, exactly. I have to say, I don't understand what they're talking about.
This was the only thing that they did that I thought was brilliant.
Yes. And it's as brilliant. Personally, I think it's going to be as brilliant as the fact of the motion-controlled joysticks in general. So the whole point that they announced, they brought out Miyamoto, and Miyamoto said, I could have introduced Mario, I could have introduced this, I could have introduced that, but what they actually introduced was Wii Fit.
Wii Fit.
So it's a balance board. It's kind of big, but it has two things, and you just step on one end, step on the other, and it just detects your shift in weight.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it does. But kind of how they
shit
use
that it makes
man.
possible is amazing. Where it's just there's going to be a fitness program that measures your. So it really has a lot of measurements in there because it's not just are you stepping on it. It's it detects sideways motion, if you're leaning.
Overall weight.
Detects overall weight.
So you can track your body mass index.
Your body mass index. And then it makes possible all these games where there's exercise games, there's rhythm games like DDR.
Yep.
There's
kind of
yoga poses.
That one looked I'm not sure too much. I don't know if I'll do it, but they had the kind of cool thing where you were using your head to block the soccer balls. That was cool. I really like that.
This is one of these things where it's all these gamers in the press are just what is this stupid shit? I'm you don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's going to be a senior citizens home in this country that doesn't have that? Seriously, the preschools, fucking senior citizens homes, this is amateur gaming right here. Yeah. This is the draw. This is the reason my mom plays Wii bowling.
Yep.
She will love this shit. They're going for exactly what they said. They don't want a bigger piece of the pie. They want a bigger pie.
And that's genius.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I think is going to be awesome is, number one, they're doing something that all the other companies really aren't. They're making something that is going to actually maybe have an effect on the childhood obesity problems that are there. They're going to make things where you actually have fun exercising.
A whole family.
A whole family, you're exercising together just like you're playing bowling together.
Yep.
You're doing all these things. It's tracking your progress, and you're going to be able to compete by how much weight you lose.
Yeah.
If you can make a game out of that, I would be 10 pounds right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's genius, and not only the fact Wii Fit, I'm sort of excited about. I like the potential. I don't think there's going to be enough events. I don't think there's going to be enough stuff to make it just it's going to be like Wii Sports. I'll play it, I'll do it a little bit, and I'll stop. But the fact that they're going to be able to use these things in other games.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a Tony Hawk game where you're playing and it's like a skateboard?
That'd be ridiculous.
It's going to be so amazing.
Yeah. So what a great peripheral to bring out. It's one of these things where it's no, they're not doing hardcore gaming stuff. They're doing innovative gaming stuff, and this is beyond anything that the other guys have released in terms of wow.
Here you go, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
It's kind of on the level of when DDR first came out. It was revolutionary. You actually were moving it. But this is going to be something that you're going to be able to apply to so many things.
Yeah.
And it's just balance.
And hopefully they do stuff, too, where it's you're standing on that while you're doing other stuff.
That's what I hope.
Start bringing them together.
I want, surfing, World War II, fighting Nazis. You know what I mean? I want to be surfing and, shooting. It's going to be awesome.
I'm snowboarding away from zombies.
Yes. Yes, that would be awesome. Dude, patent that.
I'm going to do Nazi stomp. Curb the Nazi.
Oh, better yet, how about this? Back to the Future. You know what I mean? You're going to be controlling on the hoverboard.
Yeah, the hoverboard.
Yeah, there's going to be so many cool things you're going to be able to do with this shit.
I like it.
And
run from the cops.
Track and field. But see, it just bugs the hell out of me. We have all the mainstream press because it's not hardcore.
Yeah.
They're poo-pooing this. They don't see the potential, and it's the exact same shit they did when the Wii came out. They're going, "Oh my god, I like Revolution. Oh my god, it's just going to be waggle."
Yep.
And look what already is happening. And it's just
you're missing the point.
You guys missed the point.
Yeah. Which is, we talked about this before, but this is the reason that Yuzo and I started NooBTooB. Because we can't stand this shit. They don't seem like real gamers to us. They miss the point, though. They make such a point of being hardcore that they miss the fact that there's 99% of the people out there not like them.
Yes.
These are good things.
And there's still forms of interactive entertainment that apply to a lot of people, even hardcore people. I mean, we're hardcore gamers, but we love this shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't think we're alone. I think there's a lot of people out there that like both casual games and hardcore.
Absolutely. So Wii Fit's going to be sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it on launch.
Me too.
Oh, boy.
Moving on. So we got Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft, dude.
Microsoft brought it.
They brought it, and they brought it strong. I was very impressed with their lineup. And so what was their overall strategy? Because, I mean, I think it's interesting.
This year was their big strategy.
You don't do that for E3.
Yeah, so they said every game we talk about today is coming out in this
holiday
calendar year. Wow. Not this fiscal year horseshit that these other companies were doing where it's like, it's going to be out next June. No. They said every game we talk about is coming out before Christmas this year.
And
That's awesome.
And only one game, they specifically said, okay, we'll talk about it, but it is not coming out. It's just one game. And they actually, there's a good reason for it. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But that whole strategy of doing that, it's just like, it's like, I own a 360. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to be playing all of these games.
In the next 5 months.
So
that's like, you look at our list and there's like 15 games. You're like, whoa, 3 games a month? Are you fucking kidding me? That's awesome. So I mean, while both other companies had big lineups too, it's like this was a really intelligent ploy to come out and just be like, by the way, guys, we are bringing it soon.
Yes. Because, I mean, if you look at, like, the stuff we're talking about Nintendo, I don't, like, Super Smash Bros. December, so it's right at the end. We didn't even talk about Mario
Kart
Galaxy.
Had no launch date.
Right? It's like Mario Galaxy. I don't know when that's coming out.
Mario Galaxy, no launch date.
2008 sometime. So it's just like, these are all these games we talk about are going to be freaking now. So we're excited, and it's going to be crazy.
Yep. So what do we got?
Oh, so we start out with Rock Band. Oh, I'm so freaking excited.
Yes.
So, like, with the Rock Band, they actually brought out everybody. They brought out a producer. It was like, okay, they shouldn't have brought out a producer, but whatever. They brought out a producer. They brought out some other things. And they're all rocking, and they're just going off, and like, oh, you fucker. Dude, what did you do, man? You screwed it up.
I pulled a Peter Moore.
You did. Sorry. So,
you got to watch the video to get that. Anyway,
I mean, what they did was like they just kind of played it, and it was just, I saw it, and I just fell in love.
Yeah.
Like, my God, Rock Band is going to be the game of the year.
Yes. It is going to be unbelievable. There's video on YouTube out there of people playing it, the Dead or Alive, the Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah, Bon Jovi, yeah.
So you can see what it's like in real life. I mean, people rock the fuck out.
Man.
This looks so fun because it's not just 2 dudes playing guitar like with Guitar Hero, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But you just take it this whole other step where it's like there's a dude singing like Karaoke Revolution. You got bass, you got guitar, you got someone rocking out like Animal on the drums, like Animal, and everyone that's watching is like singing along because you can't help it. This is not just like watching
I'm a
simulation.
cowboy.
Yeah.
On a steel horse I ride.
This is going to be the
so
party
awesome.
game of the decade. And it looks like they really pulled it off too.
Yeah,
Did you see where like when they were playing it, they were playing for a while and then it was like player 4 is out.
Yes,
so I think
Peter Moore because he freaking
But yes, you can
at it.
fuck up so bad that they cut you from the song.
And then what happens is like all 3 people can be cut, or 2, like up to 3 people can be cut. But if the other one stays alive, it brings the other guys back. So if you actually watch the video, Peter Moore was like, and then he got brought back alive.
Nice.
So it was just like it was pretty nice. But here's the amazing. So it's like great facts about it. You're gonna get full albums. Download full albums.
Can you top that?
You can't.
No.
So it's going to be the Who's next. It's going to be first. That's going to be awesome. You got Metallica on board. You got Bon Jovi. MTV, the whole partnership that they have going on, it's going to bring the best songs.
Yeah.
So like Guitar Hero 3, like, I don't know if I'll get around to it. Yeah. Honestly. If they both come out in
Rock
November.
Band comes out first, I won't be.
Yeah. It'll be like $200. Here you go.
Yeah. So this is just going to be sick. And how about the new songs coming out?
Oh, man.
Every week. Every week!
Can you imagine?
No.
I'm just going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be spending like $20 a week on guitar, on Rock
Every
Band.
week. I don't remember. Did they say how many? Like just
No, it's just content. So they're not being very specific.
New content. I mean, if they start coming out with like, this week the new content is a gamer card, gamer face for the
well, they could, but I don't think
they're
they will.
promising that they're going to have new songs every single week for this, which is just going to be out of control.
Can you imagine like a full album a week or something like that? It's just like, I think all I will be playing is Rock Band for the next few months. Until I get
it'll
really
make
sick of
NooBTooB
it.
very boring.
Yes.
Be like, hey guys, this week 3 new songs on Rock Band. Watch us play. Yeah.
Yes. But when we go, like when it comes out, we are totally gonna have like a huge party.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna play all night.
We have to do like
It's
the
gonna be
Bob
awesome.
Dylan one-man band thing from the 60s
I know,
and 70s.
I totally want
where it's
to.
like you strap the mic to your head, you play the guitar, and then like you
How would you do the
I don't
drums,
know how you
though?
do the drum. You get your feet. One-man band.
And they're like,
There's going to be videos on YouTube of some
Yes.
dipshit
Oh,
doing
yeah.
all the instruments with his tongue and shit.
with this wang.
Yeah.
Did you also like the? I love the bit about the microphone. Do you see the
about
bit
it?
about the microphone? So when you're not singing, there's going to be parts where you can see little things you do. You hit it, and it's a tambourine
Whoa.
and a cowbell.
More cowbell.
So yeah, I think we talked too much about it, but it's going to be an amazing,
Yeah.
amazing game. I'm
We got
looking
too
forward
many,
to it.
too many games. We got to
many
keep
games.
moving. But a lot of them you guys already know a lot about. So, I mean, we got Mass Effect. They didn't really show us anything new.
It looks amazing though.
It looks fantastic.
The new trailer?
We're very excited about it. But
Is it? It's still this year, so it was
Still
talked
this
about.
year.
It's still this year. We were worried because it was supposed to be out in August.
Yeah.
But
Pushed back.
yeah.
But the thing is you guys have probably seen footage of Mass Effect from last year.
Yep.
And it's
They upped it a bit.
It's just we still don't know all that much about what the gameplay is going to be like. But we've seen all the stuff about the interactive role-playing conversation bits, which
is
look
amazing.
fantastic. The graphics look great.
It feels like you're watching a sci-fi movie, which
Yeah.
I love.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing. So we can't talk too much about it. We're going to talk a hell of a lot later, I'm sure.
So there's some RPGs.
Yeah, a couple RPGs. We have Lost Odyssey and Eternal Sonata. We've been talking about these a little bit here and there. We saw the trailers for Lost Odyssey, and
Random battles. Fuck you. Fuck you. Not playing.
and I didn't like the style of it. If you looked at the style, it seemed very like kind of. It was that whole not artistic, like ancient times fantasy with sci-fi.
Yeah.
And like, I'm getting a little sick of that,
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
So
Yeah.
I was telling Yuzo that I've come to the realization that I might be done with turn-based JRPGs.
That's impressive.
I think that I'm sold on the action RPG. It's just obviously better. Like, I don't want to be balancing this. I mean, it's just not as fun for me to be just balancing this huge list of spells, this huge list of whatever. It's just it
Getting different
ends up
armor and all that crap.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just churning all the time. It just feels like writing numbers on a piece of paper.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I mean, I
Action
haven't found...
RPGs are amazing.
Well, if you make an
Good
RPG,
ones.
if you make an RPG, I mean, like that's kind of what I liked about Final Fantasy XII, where
Yeah.
you didn't have to worry about all these special attacks and all this stuff. You just like
true.
figured out your programming, and then you did it, and you attacked, and that's why I liked it so
Mm-hmm.
much better. But then I played games like what was that one? The one DS one. Metroid Odyssey.
Yeah.
There's that. There's this. There's like freaking Blue Dragon, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
There's just too much. So anyhow, Lost Odyssey looks bad. Eternal Soul looks like crap.
Yeah, they look terrible.
It looked really bad. So,
But these are just like the big RPGs. This is like they're kind of hanging their hat on these. They're like, we've got this trio of RPGs that are going to be, showing that Xbox knows RPGs, and it's like, not so much.
But hey, if you love JRPGs, this is right up your alley.
Yeah,
so,
but where's their action RPG?
No, I'm saying JRPG.
I know, but where's their action RPG? They don't have any.
Well, Mass Effect is an RPG, and it's going to be action.
But it's a shooter.
Fable 2, late next year.
Fable 2. Okay, I'll give them Fable 2.
There's going to be a few, right? There's going to be a few that are
But I'm
more
just saying,
RPG.
like,
Bioshock,
when you look at...
it's a RPG
that a shooter
FPS.
too?
RPG FPS.
FPS is not an
Fine,
action
whatever.
RPG.
Okay. So those are two crap games
Yeah,
we're not
fuck
going to be
'em.
excited about. Okay.
Orange Box.
Orange Box. I am excited because it has Portal,
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2,
Yeah.
and Half-Life 2
Episode 2.
Episode 2, but I don't think I'm going to play it on 360.
No, I'll be playing on PC.
Yeah, but it'll be coming out on PC, so
Yeah.
it's great.
That is just, it's Valve.
It's Valve.
Like,
It's gonna
these
be
are going to
amazing.
be the best games you've ever played.
Portal
There's-
looks so amazing, but
yeah.
it looked like it'll be short. That's what I hear the rumors on the net. It's going to be
Really?
kind of short. There's not going to be that many levels. So,
But they
it's
could
3
probably
games
add
for
more
one.
because
So.
it's Steam. They could
Yes.
always send out like Portal 2.
Exactly. And Team Fortress 2 looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited about
Yes.
it. This next game, I'm actually really excited.
Yeah. Seen it.
I played this game. I love it.
Wait, how did you play this game?
So it's been a DVD game for like a year or two. It's like one of the best-selling DVD games. So you put it on a DVD, and it's got all the menus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You keep score, and you have I think you had a board too, if I remember.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then you just
bought
watch
it?
the clip.
You
No,
have it at your
like a
house?
friend brought it
Oh, okay.
to some party, and like we were playing it. It's like,
So what is it?
It's a movie trivia game.
Okay.
So you go, you play, you watch clips like, oh, which one is this from, or
Yeah.
what's the next line, and, all this random stuff. But with this, it's going to be on 360.
Yeah.
With downloadable content.
Yeah, and online play possibly.
Yes, possibly. And the controls.
So what it is you got this control that is a special control that it comes with. Big red button on it, 4 colored buttons on it.
Yeah.
So you're playing Buzz. I know the answer.
A, B,
3.
C, or D, yeah.
A, B, C, or D, whatever, you hit it. But you can, it's a great party game.
Yep.
It'll play clips. It'll be like, it's this perfect multimedia thing that wasn't really possible until recently, where it's like you can download new things. It's like, here's whatever, like you can add more content to it. You get a bunch of people around playing, and possibly, we don't know if this is true or not.
Yeah.
If you can play against people online, that is the most glorious thing I've ever heard. If you could sit around by yourself at your house at night, put on the headset, maybe talk to people while you're
just
playing.
Say like, oh my god, you got that answer, or something like that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And if you play the single player, and if it uploads the best scores you've got, and it compares it against your friends list, I mean, this is just fantastic.
So the only problem with these sorts of things, obviously, is if you go through all the questions, you'll figure out the answers, at some point. So that's why I love the fact that you have downloadable content.
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing. The controls are very simple, so you're going to be able to get anybody that comes over to play.
Yeah.
So my fiance's sister and boyfriend are like huge movie nuts. So I know when next time they come over, I'm totally going to have it.
They'll love it.
But I'm worried. Here's my worry.
What?
They said they're going to have the game with 4 controllers, which is awesome, contained with it, for the same price as a normal Xbox game. $60, probably.
Why does that worry you?
It's just because it's so expensive for like kind of a casually type experience that I'm not sure if it's like...
But with 4 controllers, you think that's still expensive? That seems like a deal to me.
Maybe if there was a known, definite, at least one other game coming out that we're going to use those controllers, and I can see the value there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I'd be like, I know I'm going to want it, but it's just like, I'm going to play it enough to justify $60 when I'm just going to be by myself a lot of times,
I think I'd seriously get it just because when I got it, I would have people over for a barbecue or something, and just be like, right away, just have some people...
You can't do that with your 360. You can do that with your Wii, but you can't really do a lot of party games with the 360, and this would be a good step.
Yeah, it's a good
this is smart. This is really smart that they're doing this.
I love it. Next up, we got a couple games that we've already seen.
Yeah, it was just kind of more stuff. GTA 4 and Halo 3. I mean,
nothing new.
Everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
The GTA 4,
they played the trailer that's already been out for a while for the GTA 4, and they're like, the only thing they said is they're like, I don't know if you guys know this, but all this video was captured off the Xbox. And we're like, well, we probably figured that was true already.
Yeah, it was all kind of rumored. They got the whole announcement of in spring GTA 4 exclusive content only on the 360.
Yeah.
They paid $50 million for it. So if that makes you choose the 360 version, I'm going to do it for the achievements, personally.
Yeah, me too.
Achievements,
I'm already picking shit for that.
Too late. Yeah. So in Halo 3, the new video, the single-player stuff looks good.
It actually looks good. This is the first time, because we both played the multiplayer beta, and we're like,
It was fun, but
Yeah, but the single-player stuff looked great. It looked more responsive. It looked more elaborate.
It looked
the world
prettier,
looked bigger.
too.
It was very pretty.
Much prettier than the demo.
Yeah, so check out the video that's out there for the single-player stuff. It really made me think like that was, and it was right at the very, very end of the Microsoft presentation. They were playing them like, now I'm kind of excited about Halo all of a sudden.
And we're not big console FPS. We love FPS, but we love it on the PC because of the mouse and keyboard. But I think with Halo, with the fact that you'll be able to do 4-player co-op, I believe.
Yeah.
Through campaign, that's enough for me. I'm going to do that.
4-player co-op.
Because they did 2-player with the Halo too.
Online.
Yeah. So that's it. Instant
so
launch for me.
Yuzo, and 2 NooBTooBers are going to be beating that shit right when it comes out.
Exactly. That's going to be awesome. Not on Legendary though, probably.
Probably not. Gears of War PC.
They were like, oh yeah, surprise.
Yeah, surprise. By the way, we got Gears of War on PC. Everybody knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
but
dude, the
Gears
new
of War is
levels?
gorgeous. So it's not just a port. Well, it's just a port, but there's new content.
5 new levels, dude.
5 new
single-player levels. That's going to be awesome. I'm totally going to do it and play like co-op again. That's going to be awesome.
We'll play right through it again.
And I think there's some more multiplayer maps, I believe. And it's going to be on DirectX 10, so if you have a really awesome video card, it's going to look better than the 360 version.
And it looked good on the 360, boy.
Did you see the battle with the Brunak?
Yeah. Sick. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine what kind of computers they're getting for this shit when they do these demos?
Quad-core,
quad
dual
SLI.
8800 GTXs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so we're really excited, but I mean, what else are you going to say? It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Gears of War is unstoppable.
But this is...
The next one, man, I was surprised.
I think this was probably like the biggest surprise of the show for me.
Yep.
Huge.
Call of Duty 4.
Wow.
So... when I hear Call of Duty, I seriously have this instinct already where I'm like, World War II, shooters, fucking bored, I don't care. This is not World War II.
It's Call of Duty 4 Modern Combat.
Modern Combat. It looks amazing.
And like it was like when they showed the trailer, I'm all like, it's going to be all like graphics and all that stuff. And it was
then they gave a 10-minute demo.
Oh wow!
Man, it was like crawling through the grass, and it was like the blades of grass were parting for your face, and you could actually there was so much strategy where it's like for the demo, the guy was giving a little walkthrough. He's like, be careful who you shoot, whatever.
But it was like a character in game, who's saying like, hey, do this, hey, do that, and like that's kind of weird because usually you tell your AI guys, hey, do this, hey, do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
But what a great way to give it a tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
So you can actually go and you can see all the enemies in the horizon. You can like zoom in on one and wait until the guys aren't looking at him and shoot him and like try and sneak around people. And there's times when you don't want to fight.
Which is weird because like Call of Duty isn't really known for the stealthy. It's like balls to the wall action, which there looks to be a ton of. But one of the things that I think I saw was like there's variety. Yeah. There's stealthy stuff. There's a lot of night vision stuff.
A lot of vehicles.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get it. Like,
I am geeked. It looked really, really good.
God, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, next up, Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil 5.
They showed no fucking footage.
Well, they showed... It was all in game, though. You could definitely tell.
But there wasn't gameplay!
Yeah. But look, it's not even out till a while. You know it's so early. It was just a teaser.
That was one of my biggest complaints about all of E3 is like so many big games. They're like, here's this great game, and you watch a 15-minute movie of no gameplay.
But that's kind of the problem when they go too far out of a release, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at all the other stuff that they showed that's coming out this year, they showed all sorts of amazing gameplay. Yeah. But you can't do that. Like when we talk about Sony, they just show a lot of teasers.
A lot of teasers.
And so I think it's a nature of the beast if you decide to go too far out.
But you can pay some production company to go fucking render a bunch of videos for shit, and it's like
complain about that too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm saying you can pay them to do that, and then it shows you nothing about the game, right? Because you're just like, wow, that's a great video.
But at the very least, they did do in-game content. So you show that they've built some sort of engine. It's in Africa. It looks really cool. It looks like
creepy.
Scary.
Yeah.
Like really creepy. So like, what they did with like, was Eastern Europe for Resident Evil 4?
Something like that.
Villages no. It's Latin America. It's like South America. So that's right. And that was kind of cool. But this thing is like desert. It's like it's creepier for some reason. I don't know why. It's because you're kind of in like this desert town. It's just like I don't know what it is. But
yeah,
I think it'll be good.
I reserve judgment until I see some fucking gameplay.
After playing Resident Evil 4?
Resident Evil 4 was fantastic. But as long as it's the same people developing it.
Yeah, Capcom. So.
But the most impressive demo of the day for me was this next game, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit.
They gave a walkthrough of this.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Oh my god. Like,
wow.
This looked like a fully living, breathing world. Like, detailed down to the wind. I saw dust blowing through the street. When you're walking through the street, there's people, like, every person has a personality. Every person, you can bump into them when you're walking. They'll walk up and...
You can feel it. It's weird because when you usually have 3D geometry, you walk by and you like have this weird bounding box. And you never get close. You never like see them touch the shoulder and go across. And they kind of did that really well.
Yeah, and beggars will come up and ask you for money. You can grab them by the shirt and shove them out of the way. The chase scenes.
Yeah,
the bad guys can grab people as they're running by and throw them in your way, and you bump into them.
It's like it's weird because it's like almost like a platformer.
Yeah,
because you're doing this, you're like jumping on top, you're finding these different paths, but it's an entire level, so it's very GTA-like.
Yes.
So there's this open world. You start up at the top of a building, you look across. And then the Jade Raymond's like saying like, oh, by the way, everything you see is interactive.
Yes.
You can go there.
You can go through the whole city.
And, like,
there's no fucking walls. It's all
huge.
Fake. Like, yeah, when you go a lot of these games, you see this massive city, and then you end up being in like 4 hallways.
Yeah.
You're like, where's the city? I mean, even in God of War.
Yeah.
Like, the world was huge, but you were on a rail, boy. You were
absolutely.
like, you could not explore. And this one, they're saying you got that whole city to look at.
And that's going to be the next generation gaming. There's a couple of things about it, though. Like, one thing I thought was really distracting was whenever you looked at somebody, you had that whole kind of weird staticky thing on top of them.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, sometimes the screen would act a little weird. I think it's a whole, side story where you're, like, not really in the Middle Ages or something like that. They have this whole thing. But it was a little distracting. I don't know if I like that too much, and there was a lot of bugs.
There were.
Tons
and they
of
killed
bugs.
people, and the bodies would hang in midair and stuff, and the girl's just like, moving on.
But that's all right, though. She's cute.
Yes. So anyway, I thought that was the coolest demo of the whole show.
Yeah.
Oh,
of course. Beautiful Katamari. So Katamari, it's going to be the first game for Katamari that's not on the PS2.
Yeah.
Or PSP, too.
Yeah. But it's multi-platform, right? So it's like
no, it's exclusive
to Xbox.
Yes,
I did not know that. Ooh, Sony, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's too bad.
That hurts.
But here's the thing, like the guy who originally created the game, he has had like basically doesn't touch it anymore. So it's going to be a retread. I'm sure there's not going to be a lot of new stuff.
I gotta say, the graphics didn't look very good.
But I think that was a choice. I think they did that on purpose
to make it look like the old one.
Yeah, keep the style.
Well, on purpose, you didn't make the game look very good.
Well, they made it look like the PS2 version.
Yeah. Striving to look like the PS2 when you're the Xbox is not the best plan.
I'm going to play it anyways.
I'm going to play the shit out of it. I'm just saying I wish it was prettier.
All I know is that they'll have achievements, and you'll be able to play online.
Word!
So I'm going to roll Tobin.
All the multiplayer shit in Katamari was awful.
I never played it.
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh,
it was terrible.
So hopefully they fixed it.
Yeah. I'm just going to play single player. I don't want to play multiplayer on the Katamari stuff.
I just want to have a Iron Gamer challenge on it.
Yes, Iron Gamer challenge for NooBTooB.
As long as they don't have one of those stupid ass things like We Love Katamari, we have to pick up roses.
Yeah.
You know, where like some guy basically put a rubber band and then did it overnight to actually get all the roses.
Yeah.
Like, screw that.
Yeah.
Next game. Oh, man.
Bioshock.
Man, we gotta, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
So, yeah, Bioshock, everybody knows about it. It's gonna be amazing. Buy.
Yeah.
Right away.
The last one, you just gotta make fun of this a little bit. They're releasing an Xbox just for Halo 3.
Mm-hmm. Halo 3 themed.
Halo 3 themed Xbox, and it's like this green skin on it, and there's a green controller.
It's got a 20 gig hard drive, which is a really weird decision.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, you like Halo 3? Do you like dick in the ass? Here's a 20 gig Xbox. Why?
Because, I would have thought they want to make a big hard drive so people buy the movies and stuff to download. So it just seems like a really odd decision.
Also, you know what? Hard drives are free.
Yeah.
I bought a 750 gig drive last week for $200.
Here's the thing. Xbox 360 hard drives are not free. They're expensive as all hell.
Storage is not they make it look like hard drives are made from like unicorn horns and baby's tears.
And phoenix feathers.
And it's like hard drives are fucking free. Give us a 200 gig hard drive. Why is this so hard? Like on the PS3, fucking $100 difference for 20 gigs? No!
And MotorStorm, but you got that.
Still, fuck you.
Yeah, so I think that's really silly, but the thing is, people are going to buy it. We were all like, dude, why are people buying the Elite? It's fucking sold out.
Yeah.
So, what do we know?
I don't get it.
People
we
are going to buy the
know
Halo
nothing.
They'll buy their Halo 360 with their Halo Zune.
Yeah. Halo Zune.
And their Halo friggin' cat helmet. You seen that? The legendary whatever collector's edition, which is like Master Chief's helmet. It'll fit. It's like really small, so you can fit on a cat. Yeah, it's
pretty
great.
Funny. All right.
Oh, that's Microsoft.
So,
how much time we got left?
20 minutes.
Woo! All right.
Sony. Sony brought it.
Sony brought it. I would have to say, out of the three, I must say that I think Sony won.
I don't know. Sony definitely. I guess Sony had more games that I'm interested in. I would say that. But
and it had more
would say
new stuff which I didn't know about.
But is the element of surprise really the goal?
For E3, it's always been the goal of E3.
I'm just saying because with Microsoft actually saying here is a shit ton of games that you get to play this year is really big. Like I didn't mind not being surprised.
Okay. I didn't mind as much. Like, I liked it. I liked the strategy that they used.
Yeah.
But the fact that Sony showed me, like, what Killzone's going to look like. They showed me more Uncharted. They showed me, like, stuff like Infamous and things like that I've never even heard of. It's just like... Yeah, it's more entertainment, you know what I mean? So if you're going to say, like, as a presentation by itself, Sony brought it.
Yeah, they did. They surprised me.
I have to give them that. I mean, they did a really good job on.
There's a couple things that I was just like, wow, I've never heard of that, and it's awesome.
Yeah. So let's start going down the road. There's a bunch of PSP stuff. I'll just talk about it real quick since Tobin. God of War 2, Chains of Olympus. This game looks amazing.
Yeah.
You see, it looks just like you're playing the PS2.
It looks really good.
It looks absolutely amazing, and from what I hear, they made the control scheme work, which surprises me.
Not use the nub?
Yeah. Maybe use the nub for, like, I don't know, swinging your chain around or something like that. I don't know, but all I know is that it looks really amazing, and it's going to be one that I will break out my PSP from the dust.
Nice.
The second game is Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. It looks like a real Castlevania game, like on the DS, but more beautiful. On that screen, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Since I have a PSP, I'm going to get it. I'm really excited. The new PSP, however, what the hell is Sony thinking? No hard drive.
Nope.
Still UMD.
Yep.
Lighter.
Yeah.
Better battery, but you know what that means? Better battery, but they ended up putting a smaller battery inside, so it's still the same battery life.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That's what I heard, yeah.
What a bunch of cockholes. So they're like, yeah, this battery's way better, so we'll give you less of it. So it's exactly the same.
For the same side, yeah.
Compare that to how they did with the DS.
I know.
Whereas, like, so much thinner, so much brighter, so much sharper. Like, it's like a different product. Honestly, if you hold the two side by side, my fat and your light, I'm just like, wow, mine sucks.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, I own a PSP. I'm not that happy with it, but...
You're not going to get that. You're not going to get the new one.
Maybe if it had a hard drive, maybe if it had something, but you stick on a thing with a new display out so you can play on your... I'm not going to play my PSP at home.
No.
Why would I? I have a PS2. I have a 360.
Gaming device. Mobile.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm not that excited about it. I think it's kind of a shame that they didn't improve the nub.
Yeah.
And they didn't put a hard drive in it. I think it's sad. They should have done it because that would have made the PSP that much better.
I guess if I traveled a lot, I'd put some porn on it and plug it into the hotel TV.
That's right.
All right. So, what do we got?
First up is Home. So you weren't that impressed. You're less impressed, rather.
I'm not feeling Home.
You were though.
I like the idea, but the more I see the way that they're heading with it, it feels to me like they're making a new MySpace.
They did, because they made all this thing where there's actually a web page where you can kind of blog about your home experiences and put up pictures and things like that, and that has no interest.
This is not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for an alternate world. I want a NooBTooB room where all of us can go put our proudest gaming moments on the wall. Mm-hmm. I want us to be able to do that sort of thing.
You can do that, though.
They don't have shared... I mean, they said you've got personal spaces.
You can invite people over, I guess, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's things where you can do where it was really cool. You could walk into a room with 8 people, and you can be talking to them and say, hey, let's all play MotorStorm.
Yeah.
And then automatically you would go from there right to the racing screen.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, I mean, there was kind of the things they're doing.
As long as you all have the game already in there.
Obviously, yes. Well, you can open it and whatever. But as long as everybody has it, and the person that doesn't, fuck them, right? They're screwed. But they have kind of cool things where you can take pictures with your Sony Ericsson mobile phone and then upload it so that's your wall frame.
Yeah,
that's neat.
Right.
It's technologically neat, but and they have chess, things where they have these things where you sit down, you start playing.
No, I mean it's very cool. It's just that I get the feeling more and more that when I get my PS3, I'm not going to play with Home very much. We'll probably go in there.
I think it'll be the interface for you to play a lot of your things. So instead of the Blade system, you're going to be walking around your room, and you're going to go and say, "Oh, I want to go play Ratchet."
That's true.
And you're going to buy your Ratchet costume, right? And walk around.
I reserve judgment. I got to see what it feels like when I play it, because for me it's starting to feel more like it's aimed at teenagers than me. It's starting to feel a lot more like a social networking site, and I'm tired of those. I don't do Orkut. I don't do MySpace.
Yeah, that's true. That's Home.
Home is cool. I mean, they built a whole bunch of brand new houses that you can buy. There's some really cool. There's the Asian style one. There's one up on a chalet in a mountain. There's some high tech one. Yeah,
the whole way that they're going to be doing the videos is it's looking even better and better. They were walking by something, and then you can see the video.
You know what's bugging me about this?
What
is that? It's islands. It's not a world. It's islands.
So you want a world?
I want a world.
I don't know if they're going to because I mean it's not meant to be it's not meant to be Second Life.
I know.
It's meant to be gathering places and personal spaces. That's kind of the logic behind Home. So if you're looking for...
But the gathering places are all a bunch of random dudes. That's the thing. It's there's got to be some way to... I guess you can invite friends to it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we can't talk too much about that.
So, we're reserving judgment. I'm still kind of excited about it. I'm going to get it by the time Home comes out. So, that'll be good. But this next game, I am super excited about, and it's a freaking download game.
This looked so cool. Echodrome.
Yeah.
It's an MC Escher game.
Yeah, MC Escher meets Crush.
Crush. Yeah. It's just lines. It's black and white, monochrome, just lines.
You're that little, your guy is one of those little artist little posing figures, which is really cool.
And all you do is change the perspective. That's the entire game, is you change the perspective, but it's so hard to describe because it looks like an MC Escher painting where it's just this guy, there's a hole in the floor and he can't walk through it, but if you turn the world so that there's a pillar obscuring the hole no longer exists and he can walk behind the pillar.
It's going to be
you can fall through holes, you can jump other stuff, but it's a whole different way of thinking.
Yeah.
The world is as you see it.
Yes.
So anything you can't see is not there.
I think they took the whole concept of Crush, which is an awesome concept of the whole 3D, 2D, and made it into this 4D weird Escher dimension.
It's amazing.
You know what I mean? And it's I really like the style of it. It's all black and white. They have all this kind of classical music in the background. It's very arty and it's very cool. And I'm very excited that Sony's bringing it out. Right?
Yeah.
They're starting to get all the cool stuff, like Little Big Planet, which we'll talk about later, and all this other stuff. It's just I'm excited again.
Yep.
I wasn't excited last E3. I was like, meh.
Yeah, exactly. Yuzo and I have not bought PS3s yet. But, we didn't even put that in our list. We should just talk about that right now.
What?
Price drop!
But not really.
Well, but, I mean, the point is you can get a 60 gig,
it's true.
PS3 now for $500.
And, so you're going to get it?
I can't decide.
I'm thinking about
on knife's edge.
Yes, I'm also there, and I'm either going to do it in the next couple of weeks or I'm not.
Yeah.
And wait a couple of months.
That is a true statement.
Yeah. But obviously, I'm not going to whatever. It's like if I'm going to get sued, I'm not.
So. I know. So what's happening is that all the 60 gig ones with the Emotion Engine, they're not making anymore. So as long as they've got them in stock, you're going to get it for $500. When they're gone, they're gone. It's back up to $600, which
for the 80 gig version with MotorStorm. And I don't really want MotorStorm. I'd rather rent it. So you know.
So it is very tempting because I
kind of want the chip because I might play my PS2 stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's a good strategy. It's a brilliant strategy because for the next month or two, until the sales of this are gone, the sales of the PS3 are going to triple.
Yeah, they've already doubled. After they made the $100 price. But what I hate is the fact that they announced the price drop for the 60 gig, and then they said, oh, we're going to also release the 80 gig for $600, same old price point. But guess what? Once we're out of 60 gigs, that's it.
Yep. So it wasn't a price drop, it's a sale.
Clearance sale.
It's a clearance sale.
So that sucks. I think that was kind of fucked up, and it makes me a little pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm still going to get a PS3, but I'm a little pissed off.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, let's finish up with these games.
Yeah.
NCSoft. I am so excited about this announcement. So NCSoft, they made Lineage, they made Guild Wars, and they made City of Heroes.
City of Heroes.
And they also made Auto
City
Assault.
of Villains.
Auto Assault.
Auto Assault.
Sorry.
Okay.
But they made these 3 amazing games, and Sony made this exclusive deal, so NCSoft is going to make MMOs for the PS3.
Nice.
They know how to make them. City of Heroes and City of Villains was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And if you make it into a console, I think they're going to do a great job, and this was like a good tip of the hat, because you know what? Sony Online Entertainment ain't going to make a good MMO anymore.
No.
Star Wars Galaxy, Vanguard,
EverQuest
now, Planetside.
Yeah. So they did Final Fantasy XI, which people really liked.
Sony Online Tournament?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Square did that.
I thought it was like a collaboration.
Maybe, yeah.
So that's exciting. That's big news. Exclusive.
MMOs on consoles have not done that well except for Final Fantasy XI. Look at PlayStation Universe.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? A Phantasy Star Universe?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
EverQuest Online Adventures. Oh, it's terrible. So.
Yeah. So hopefully they're going to do it right.
Yep, I'm excited.
Metal Gear Solid 3. 4.
Oops.
No game footage!
It looked amazing, though.
Yeah, great. It was a great movie. I enjoyed watching the movie.
It was in-game footage, though. It was not rendered.
It was stupid. It was a 10-minute fight scene. Or just like,
it was pretty ridiculous.
I ran up on your chest with knives on my feet.
Dude, he kind of stabbed it right into stab himself to stab Vamp. I mean, come on. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
What happens if the gameplay is like the fight scene?
It couldn't be. The way that they were changing the camera angles.
If it was.
It couldn't be.
But if it was.
But it couldn't be. You couldn't control it the way that it was being viewed. That's what makes me angry is I watch these videos, I'm like, I'm not buying your game to watch pretty movies. I want to play a fucking game that's fun.
Well, dude, if you're going to be buying...
I mean, granted, with Metal Gear Solid, you're going to be watching 20 hours of movies regardless.
So
it is a movie.
Movies. I mean, come on.
With a little bit of gameplay in the middle.
So, again, I'm not that excited about Metal Gear Solid just because Metal Gear Solid 2 was so painful to me. I didn't even finish it because it was just... The cutscenes got too long. When it took me 30 minutes to go through a cutscene, I was just like, I'm done with this game.
I felt that way about Metal Gear Solid 3. I actually loved Metal Gear Solid 2, and I thought Metal Gear Solid 3 sucked.
Gotcha.
So I'm kind of...
And I never played 3, so...
Yeah. Unreal Tournament 3.
Oh, yeah. So
it's back.
It's back.
It's like from college.
And it's on PS3.
Yeah.
Exclusive this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. And the best thing about it is that when you make mods on the PC... You can use them on the PS3.
Nice.
That's genius.
Yeah.
So I am really excited about that.
It looked good. It looked really fast. It looked really reactive. It looked spastic, just like Unreal Tournament used to be. Because that was always the big difference between Quake and Unreal Tournament. Is like Unreal Tournament was for Twitchers. You'd be playing just boom, 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 things exploding, rockets going, people like energy weapons and futuristic settings.
And I liked Unreal Tournament 2. Well, the last one, 2007 or something like that. I really liked the whole
Stadium, Unreal
Tournament something. I forget, but it was really fun. I liked it. I don't think I'll be playing on the PS3 just because of the whole console thing, but I hear you can put a mouse and keyboard on the PS3.
Ooh, nice.
So that might do it for me.
Nice.
We'll see. All right.
So Heavenly Sword.
God, that looks so good.
Man, that looks good.
Oh,
that was the action RPG one, right?
No, it's not really RPG. It's like God of War.
Yeah, okay, action.
Action.
Yeah,
action game.
Man, that looked good. That was the one where we sucking the souls out of people?
No, that's Folklore.
Shit, that's right.
So the Heavenly Sword was the one where you're a chick, and then you have all the different
big
stances.
Sword!
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, that was glorious!
Yeah. So like Heavenly Sword, I played it in Japan, and I liked it, but it was a little janky.
Okay.
Like it didn't feel right. And I hear, and then from the videos, it looks a little better. I think it'll play a lot better. I'm still a little worried because the guys that made this made Kung Fu Chaos. which is like a party game.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow,
it looked really good.
Yeah, it looked really good. So, I'm really excited about this. I will probably get my PS3 by the time this game comes out in late September.
Nice.
So, I mean, if I don't get it for earlier, I'll probably get it for that.
Yeah, that just looked spot on. Like, it really did look like God of War with a chick with a big sword.
Goddess of War.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Little Big Planet. We have gushed about this in the past, and they showed some more footage of just how fun it is to collaboratively build worlds with your friends.
And didn't it look so easy?
Yeah.
Like, you would build this, like, wagon, and it would take, like, 2 seconds. You put a bunch of stuff, put some wheels on it, and bam, it's in the game.
Boom, add physics, go.
And it looks beautiful. Like, there's the fabric texture on all the little individual guys.
So
it's awesome.
This is going to be like a YouTube for worlds.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen is people are going to vote on levels. You're going to be able to go online and say, here are the top 10 levels of the month, of the week, of today, of ever, and you go and you play through them. You invite your friends to play through them. I mean, this is just amazing. It's collaborative level building. It's just, I can't say enough good stuff about it.
I don't know how much I'll be doing the level building, though.
Probably not.
So, but I'll enjoy using other people's...
I'm going to send Yuzo a level where you have to climb a 70,000-mile dong.
Yeah, and I'll do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
It's just going to be a couple offensive levels, and it's just like that's pretty much all we're going to do.
But here's
we will be playing on the fact that there's a lot of 17-year-olds out there with so much free time. We're going to play all their worlds.
And they'll be amazing, I'm sure.
Love it.
But here's the thing. It's not actually going to be coming out, along with most of the things that Sony announced. It's not coming out this year. There's going to be a beta this year, but it's going to be out early 2008.
This is the difference between them and Microsoft. Microsoft wanted to bring you stuff that's coming now, and Sony showed you the world, and they're like, but you got to wait.
Yeah, and I'm excited, but it's just like,
it's so long to wait.
I know. I really want to play
because they wouldn't even say this is all coming out in the next fiscal year. They're just like, this is all coming out in the next year and a half.
Well, I don't think any of this stuff is Christmas season next year. I don't think any of it is.
I can guarantee you at least one of these games will push back to Christmas.
Yeah, okay,
next
I'll give
year.
you that. At least one. Yeah, if not a couple.
Yeah.
Next game, I am in awe. I love this game. It looks so amazing.
The footage from Uncharted just looks mind-boggling. Yeah. Like, it is.
What is it, like Tomb Raider-y?
I will say right now that this is Uncharted looks like the Gears of War for PS3. It is a third-person shooter.
Bold.
It is. Yeah,
That's pretty bold.
I'm saying it looks that good.
Yeah, it looks good, but I'm like, Gears of War looks really good.
Yeah,
so.
This looks that good to me. Like, Uncharted has just this amazing over-the-shoulder third-person stuff. There's a little bit of Tomb Raider in there with the puzzle solving, the jumping, the swinging around. But I mean, everything that they've showed just looks really spot on.
And these guys, these are the same guys that did what did they do earlier?
I have no idea.
This? I forget, but they're a really big group. God, who was it? Somebody huge.
I don't know.
Yeah, oh well.
So we got to pick a couple here. So we're running low on time. I'm going to say, so Folklore is their action RPG. You're like sucking the souls out of people, so it looks, yet again, very much like God of War.
And the art direction is awesome. I like it a lot. It's very fantasy, very magic-y.
Yep.
What else? Oh, Infamous. I actually really like the idea of it. It looks like Crackdown, but more superhero-y.
Yeah.
And it's very, very gritty. So these are the guys.
It's supposed to be like Crackdown plus Fable.
Because you're choosing City of Heroes, kind of.
Yeah, because you're choosing your behavior kind of chooses your morality. You can kill people or help people.
Supervillain, exactly. And these are made by the same guys that did Sucker Punch. So these are made by Sucker Punch, who did all the Sly Cooper games.
Yeah.
So you know that they know how to make good games.
Yeah.
So
I'll say right now, Killzone looked chunky and annoying.
Really? I thought it looked really good.
I didn't like it. I thought that it looked like the kind of game that I would play and just get pissed off.
I think the gameplay won't hold it for me, but it looked really nice to me.
I mean, it was pretty, but I could seriously tell just by the way that they would have, he'd be standing and he didn't see any enemies and he'd be taking fire. Like, it just looks like they tried to make the world so busy that you just occasionally die for no reason, and I would just throw the controller down. I'm like, fuck you in your head. I'm not playing anymore.
Gotcha.
And like, they would have enemies where it's just like they run up and the enemies just kind of like running around and you empty like 7 clips into them and they're just blood flowing everywhere.
The standard FPS stuff that doesn't look like it's that new, that interesting, that great. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you there, but I think it looks freaking amazing.
It looks pretty. I think it just looked like I would hate it.
Yeah. And obviously Ratchet, we're going to be talking a hell of a lot like crazy. We're going to love it. That will be the game. So if Tobin doesn't have a PS3 by the time Ratchet releases, he will have it.
The day Ratchet releases, I will have a PS3.
Yes, regardless.
And I probably have it before then.
Yeah,
based on the fact that some of these games, I mean, like there's a number of these games that if they come out, I'll probably get a PS3.
I think for Heavenly Sword would be the one. That's late September. That's late.
NooBTooB fans have been bugging us for like a year. They're like, "You guys gonna get PS3?" And we're like, "We'll do it when the games are coming." This is it, boy. This is it. The games
are coming.
Yep.
So we're gonna totally get it and not feel bad about it. Is that it, man?
Wow, we've got about 30 seconds.
Let's go.
So we don't have... Oh, okay. So that is our show for the week. I hope you enjoyed the E3 roundup. In a couple days, you're going to have the second episode for this week, which will be the regular episode with all the games and stuff. Hope you enjoyed my proposal. I hope that I'm now engaged as opposed to single. Check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in our forums by clicking the big forum tab at the top of the front page. Also call into our toll-free voicemail at 888-233-8480 and send an audio or video file to feedback@NooBTooB.com and be featured in the show.
And also be sure to subscribe to our audio and video podcasts on iTunes off the front page. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, make sure you click on the big orange subscribe button right over there, and make sure you click on the 5-star rating on Tobin's Jump. The last episode got 170. Let's try to break 200 this time. Woo! So we also have MySpace profile called NooBTooB, so add us as friends. That's it for this episode. My name is Yuzo Watanabe.
And I am Tobin Kuzire. Audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Sally Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next week. We sure missed you. It's been a great year. And here's to the next great year.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back, man.
All right. We're out. See ya. 15 seconds.